program.
Coach, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Welcome to the university.
Thank you very much.
So what made you choose here over any other college, and what made you leave Southern?
Well, Southern, it was my second time through, and really I was there helping out more than anything else, which I was happy to do, and my full-time attention was kind of in the youth sector for the past few years. So when this opportunity opened up, it caught my eye right away. Obviously Division II soccer is a level of soccer that I'm very familiar with the NCAA. Familiarity with the with the league and some of the schools, especially the top end schools in the league. That was something that I felt comfortable with. And then it was about the people. Looking at the university, I had some friends that I'd spoken to about it, and they said really good things about the athletic department, and the leadership of Chris Palmer was key too. So everything kind of just seemed like a good fit. Plus it's pretty close to where I live, and that was easy. I didn't have to relocate and go through all that hassle. So in that sense, it was perfect.
Yeah, that's always a perk with job searches, is being able
Absolutely.
to not have to pick
Absolutely.
up and go. You mentioned the familiarity. So what do you think staying in the NE10 is going to do to benefit you as a coach and benefit the team this season?
Well, it's not like you're starting from scratch, and trying to figure everything out. Coaches, programs, universities, their style, doesn't change, fundamentally. Somewhat with the, with the coaching staff changes, but there's a number of the schools that have had, coaches that have been in positions for a while. Southern, Bentley, those guys have been there quite a long time. Pierce just made a change this year, and Southern New Hampshire's was a few years back, but I don't think altogether the style and the approach of the program has changed. So there was a good bit of familiarity with those types of teams, plus others that I kind of really was introduced to during that second stint at Southern. So it was a good comfort level, going into approaching the type of soccer that we're going to have to play, and approach to different aspects of their play that you're going to try and work against. So it was a good seamless fit, I felt, going into this environment against these teams.
Nice. So what do you think your goals are going to be going into your inaugural season here at New Haven?
Well, ultimately you want to win more games. You want to have some success, but I think both me and hopefully the staff, when we get it together, we're going to measure success, differently than just wins and losses. There's going to be little aspects of the program that we're trying to improve, on the field, off the fields. And it's important, I think, that we communicate that with the players, and they understand that it's not just going to be about wins and losses. It's going to be a process to change things and get things going in a different direction. And as long as they're pushing and we're moving in the right direction, then it's going to be successful. Nice. And it's not just going to be about how many more wins do we have than last season.
Have you actually gotten to sit down and meet with the team, talk to them?
Yes. Last Monday, got a great opportunity to sit down with them. They were coming out of lifting, and we sat down and just sat on the floor and just kind of introduced myself and talked to them. And it was a really good conversation. The guys were engaged. They were into it. They were really good about giving ideas and things that they liked and things that they didn't like. And so that's going to be helpful. And that type of communication, I think, is going to be vital. And then last Friday, we had our first session out on the field, so that was the first chance to really see them up close and personal, which is considerably different than seeing video of games, from the past season. Okay. So that was the two big introductions I had last week.
So you may not know this, but the playoffs for our team in men's soccer has not been great. We've only had one appearance since joining the NE10 in 2008.
Right.
Do you think that puts any pressure on you going in to win now?
Well, there's always pressure. So yeah, there is the pressure. I think that's a benchmark that you want to try and reach, every year, and hopefully, moving forward, that can become a minimum benchmark. And then, you look at things like, advancing in the tournament. You look like getting to the finals of the tournament, and then potentially, beyond that, down the road, NCAAs. So yeah, I think that is definitely a kind of a pressure, but it's not an immense pressure that's going to overwhelm anybody, I think, on the coaching staff or on the playing staff either.
Well, Coach, best of luck this season.
Yeah, thanks.
To you and the team. Thank you for
Yeah.
being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.